On mid-autumn night my boyfriend went to comfort the intern, so I ordered 10 VIP hosts right back. Mid-autumn evening, my husband said he had to work late and left me to spend the holiday alone. That night I scrolled Instagram and saw the company intern bragging about her custom mooncakes. Caption: who has such a thoughtful boss to spend the festival with? Me, that's who. Under the table in the photo, two hands were locked together. The tiger stripe tattoo on his thumb was my initials, impossible to miss. I didn't confront Chase. I simply liked the post, then called my best friend. Word is you've got a fresh batch of VIP hosts. Gigi took a few stunned seconds before she answered, you and Chase fought? Just look. I WhatsApp screenshotted the intern's post to her. Gigi wanted to storm over and punch Chase. I stopped her. Why waste energy? Spend it tracing six-packs instead, I said. She sighed. You've been together 7 years, from campus to boardroom. You gave up everything for him. The bastard. How could he do this? I laughed softly. Looks like the 7-year itch got us too. This was year 7. Earlier I joked we might not survive the itch, but Chase swore over and over, I can't speak for others, but Stella, you're the only woman I'll ever love. Let's pick up our license on our anniversary and show the whole world we're the happiest couple alive. I'm a tri-state only child, my parents had my life mapped out. Still, after graduation I helped him build Crawford, never looking back. Recently, with Crawford finally profitable, Chase told me to relax. Start trying for a baby and let him pamper me. I was picturing our perfect future, our anniversary wedding. That anniversary was tomorrow. Maybe Chase had already forgotten. This was the first mid-autumn he hadn't spent with me. While I was mulling it over, Gigi said, quit brooding. Come to my lounge, the lineup tonight is insane. A couple of senior college boys have straight-up runway bodies. I laughed and agreed. After hanging up, I hailed a lift and stepped into bass so thick it punched the loneliness right out of me. Gigi parked me at a velvetroped booth, then paraded a row of hosts. My gaze landed on a sunlit pretty boy who reminded me of college Chase. Before client dinner sanded his edges dull. You come here. I crooked my finger. He slid onto the banquette. Just one? Gigi asked, arching a brow, but let it ride after whispering instructions in his ear. Hi, Stella. I'm Leo, he said, lifting his glass. I stared at the gap between his unbuttoned collar buttons. Sip for sip is boring, let's do a lover's toast, I said. Leo blinked, then obeyed, clumsy. Spilled liquor onto my skirt and apologized non-stop. I've never done a lover's toast, sorry. He dabbed frantically. After a few rounds he loosened up. Gambling dad, sick mom, kid sister, he laid it all out. I murmured sympathy while topping off his glass. Next thing I knew it was noon and Chase was shaking me awake. Stella, what's this tantrum? Because I missed one holiday? I had no clue until I saw the carnage, clothes everywhere, our couple selfie and shards on the floor. I drew a blank. You've no idea how crazy things are at Crawford. Lily's the brightest intern I've had, she's alone this holiday. I took her out as her boss, so what? You're like scared her to tears. Give me your phone so you can apologize. I almost laughed. He called her little girl twice. My phone smashed, I said, heading for the bathroom. Outside he kept ranting. There'd better not be a next time, or I opened the door. Let me finish, we split. He froze mid-knotting his tie, disgust flickering across his face. We're pushing 30, stop the childish drama. I've got a meeting after you fix your phone, apologized to Lily. The door slammed, the last bit of hope in me flatlined. Today was our 7-year mark, the day he vowed we'd tie the knot. He forgot. The intern's crocodile tears mattered more. It felt as if a lead ball had pulped my heart. I showered, packed, phoned movers, and left for the loft, the one I bought with my first bonus while Chase spent his on a sports car. We'd never moved in, bigger deals came and he upgraded to the penthouse. As the crew hauled boxes, my neighbor's door opened. Stella? Leo, the host from last night, stood there. Memories flooded in, him driving me home, me yanking at shirt buttons, every corner of the loft bearing witness. My cheeks burned. You live here? I squeaked. He nodded. I inhaled sharply. Let me help, he said, dropping the trash bag to lend a hand. By sunset everything was inside. I collapsed on the couch and scrolled Instagram. Lily had posted, to cheer me up he took me to the cat cafe and bought me a gift. 2 photos, one of her stroking a kitten, their hands almost touching. The other of a Chanel necklace. I double-tapped again. Seconds later Lily DM'd, Stella, please don't misunderstand, the necklace was bought with my bonus. Classic over-explaining, I answered with a Kermit sipping tea emoji. Chase rang. In the background Lily sniffled. He launched into a tirade. Stella, what's your problem? It's one festival, stop bullying her. Apologize now, I'm on speaker, she can hear you. I cleared my throat and shouted into the phone, skank and mutt get lost. Then I hung up and powered off, laughing so hard I rolled on the sofa. Ding dong. Leo stood outside, phone in hand. Gigi couldn't reach you, so she tried me. My phone had been dead. Gigi worried and used the one clue she had him. While I reassured her, Leo hovered. Suddenly Gigi shrieked, "Wait, you're still with Leo?" "So last night." She slapped a hand over her mouth. "I moved into eternity. He happens to live next door." Gigi yelled, "No way." Then she invited me to the lounge, saying she wanted to hear my story properly. I had nothing better to do, so I agreed. At the lounge. The moment we sat down, Gigi swooped in with her battalion of VIP hosts. I ordered Leo again. "Among all the hosts here, he's the only one I have a taste for." Gigi snapped a photo of Leo and me clinking glasses and posted it on Instagram, captioning it, "Let's suffocate Chase with jealousy." Sure enough, a message from Chase popped up before long. He forwarded Gigi's post and interrogated me. "Having fun? Now you're hiring VIP hosts at lounges? Stella, don't push it." I ignored him and kept drinking with Leo. When the buzz hit, I wrapped my arms around him and danced. His emotional support was on point, praising my figure, my lethal smile. I tipped him for digits without blinking, just as I was melting into the kid's arms. Chase stormed in. He yanked me away from Leo. "Who the hell are you?" Leo stepped in front of me, protective. "Who am I?" "I'm her boyfriend." Chase pulled me again. Leo didn't flinch. He looked straight at me, eyes steady. "Stella, if you don't want to go, no one's touching you." I stroked his cheek lightly. "I've got unfinished business with him. I'll come find you next time." I grabbed my bag and headed for the exit. Dylan Chase caught my arm, impatience written all over his face. "I'll let tonight slide." "But you made Lily cry twice. Apologize to her. Once that's done, we go pick up our marriage license." I had no idea where he found the audacity. I laughed coldly. "So the price of a marriage license is an apology to your intern?" Chase nodded. So he hadn't forgotten we were supposed to get married. He just hadn't brought it up until I did. What he didn't know was that my heart had already frozen over. "Chase, you haven't been home lately, have you?" If he had, he'd have noticed my stuff was gone. Chase's gaze flickered. "The company's swamped. I've been pulling all-nighters. I told you the latest deals are on a crunch. Stop changing the subject. When are you apologizing to Lily?" He stared me down, waiting. I smiled. "Call her right now. I'll apologize this minute." "Seriously?" He looked disbelieving. When I nodded, he dialed. On his screen, the intern was saved simply as Lily. Such intimacy reminded me of when we first dated. Back then his contact for me read Stella baby. History loves to repeat itself. While I was reminiscing, the call connected. A sugary voice floated through. "Chase, didn't you say you were getting me bubble tea? Why so long?" Chase rushed to explain. "I am with Stella. She wants to apologize." "Let me put her on." "Oh," Lily's tone sank when she heard he was with me. Before I could speak, she chirped, "Stella, don't be mad at Chase. He's grinding overtime every day just to give you a better future. Good men are rare. Treasure him, okay?" I chuckled. "You're right, Chase is a real catch. He just proposed, I said yes, and tomorrow we're getting the license. I hear you're multi-talented. How about you perform at our wedding ceremony? Shake that waist, maybe a little twerk." Dead silence on the line. Chase stood frozen, phone in hand. A few seconds later, the call cut off. I handed the device back, gloating, and patted his shoulder. "Better hurry and soothe your intern. My V-taper hunk is waiting for me inside." I turned back toward the lounge. "Stella, you're insane," he shouted, but he didn't follow. The intern clearly took priority. Fine by me, I'd already had my fun. Inside, Leo lit up when he saw me return. "Stella, I thought you weren't coming back." I cupped his face, secretly marveling. Youth really is a looker. Smooth skin, and those puppy dog eyes could break hearts. One more round of shots and my memory blurred. I don't recall the ride home. I woke up the next afternoon in Leo's bed, both of us stark naked and tangled. No denying it this time. Trying to tiptoe to the shower, I woke him. "Stella," he murmured, sounding hurt. "You didn't forget again, did you?" I grabbed clothes to cover myself. "Of course not, I'm just hitting the shower." "Together?" I regretted the joke the instant it left my mouth. He nodded, scooped me up, and carried me to the bathroom. To steamy hours later, I understood. Young bodies are renewable energy. By the time we collapsed, it was mid-afternoon. Leo texted that he'd quit the lounge. He's starting a delivery gig tomorrow. Venmo transferred him 50 grand for pocket money. He refunded it seconds later. "Stella, I took that host job out of desperation. But I've decided, even juggling to shifts beats letting myself rot. I'll prove I'm no kept man. I can take care of you." His resolve was ironclad, so I stopped pushing and sent him a simple thumbs up gif. Then lazed around scrolling brain-dead videos. Chase called. I swiped decline. Text flooded in. "You moved out without a word? What's that supposed to mean? Is this a split? Just because I missed mid-autumn with you? Even the intern gets that I'm hustling for our future. Why can't you? How long are you going to throw this tantrum? I'm in no mood to coddle you. Cool off for a few days. When you're sane again, move back and we'll pretend none of this happened." Venmo transfer, $50 to $1,000 Venmo transfer, $131,400 round number guild money might as well pocket it. I accepted both instantly and resumed scrolling. Assuming I'd calmed down, he stopped calling. Soon I spotted Lily's fresh Instagram, a cupcake photo caption, "Turns out you can still be treated like a kid when you're grown. Cupcakes aren't just for birthdays." I laughed aloud. I screenshotted Chase's money transfers, cropped half his profile pic in, and posted, "Who says you need a holiday for cash gifts? Transfers can land any random day." After posting, I remembered I still had admin access to the company's security feed backend. Curious, I logged in. At the office, Lily, having seen my post, stormed into Chase's office. "Chase, why do you send her that much? Aren't you breaking up with her?" Chase, reviewing contracts, frowned. "Lily, knock next time. Look at yourself, what will people think?" Pouting, she plopped onto his lap and looped her arms around his neck. "But you two are done, so why spend on her? And the profit sharing, she doesn't even show up. Why should Stella collect 60% while lazing at home?" Chase's eyes chilled. He peeled her hands away. "You're overstepping." Seeing his darkened face, Lily's eyes reddened, tears fell into seconds flat. "I just feel bad for you. You're the one bleeding for this company. How is it fair she keeps that equity stake?" Chase's voice dropped. "That's between Stella and me. Back to work." Lily left, sulking. "Back when Chase wanted to start Crawford, he was broke. I sold the penthouse my parents gave me to fund it. When we divvied equity, he insisted I take 60%. Watching his gloomy expression on the security feed, I could tell Lily's poison had seeped in. Green tea is green tea, 3 sentences and she hits the jugular. I closed the app and skimmed finance headlines. Crawford is in real estate, once a gold mine that lined our pockets. But the market's been sliding since January. The P&L still shows profit, yet revenue has shrunk by more than half compared with last year. Actually, we talked about it early in the year. Chase insisted the physical economy was rebounding and real estate would climb back to its peak. Looks like it's time for me to cash out my equity stake. While I was thinking, Mom texted, "Stella, you're not getting any younger. Time to put marriage on the calendar. Come home this Saturday and bring your boyfriend. Let's talk." My nose stung as I read it. Mom and Dad never thought much of Chase. When they found out I'd sold the penthouse, they threatened to cut me off on the spot. We hadn't patched things up since. Guilt washed over me. I typed back, "Sure, Mom. Quinn, I'd bring a boyfriend home. All right, just not Chase." 3 days later, Chase called. His number was blocked, so the call never came through. He jumped to WhatsApp voice next. I declined and he spammed me with question marks. "Stella, what the hell? We're almost 30. Stop acting like a bratty teen. Why haven't you moved back?" "Fine, I'm sorry. Okay, send me your location. I'll pick you up." Curious to see him squirm, I pulled up the security feed. There he was, slumped on the sofa, puffing irritably, eyes glued to his phone, waiting for my reply. Ding dash dong. The bell rang. He stubbed the cigarette fast. I hate smoke, so he usually exiled himself to the balcony. Thinking I'd returned, he waved the lingering haze away and opened the door to Lily. The hope in his eyes flatlined, replaced by irritation. "What are you doing here?" Lily stepped past him, sizing up the place. "Chase, your loft is huge. Can I move in? My studio's tiny and depressing." He grabbed her arm, face darkening. "Cut it out. Stella could walk in any minute. If she sees you," she cut him off, rising on tiptoe to cup his face and kiss him. Chase froze, then shoved her back. "Have you lost it?" "I have lost in love with you." Off came her jacket. "Chase, you're over Stella. You haven't touched her in 3 months. Your body already voted. You only light up with me." She pushed him onto the sofa. "So I got front row seats to the live show. Youth-pliable, loud, HD clear. It made me think of Leo next door. Hadn't seen him in days." My phone buzzed. "Leo, sis, watching in broad daylight." I blinked. Another ping. "Walls are thin, sis." I snapped the feed shut and knocked on his door. Leo opened, all fresh testosterone still warm from the show. I shoved him inside and wrecked the bed with that 20-year-old energy. When we surfaced, night had fallen. We ordered takeout while he pitched his new hustle, an on-demand pet care app, beta ready. Now needing promo and walkers. I skimmed the demo. Market looked juicy, so I offered straight-up seed money. His eyes glazed. "You believe in me that much?" A few grand handbag money to me meant the world to him. I patted his cheek. "Kid, the sector's hot and so are you. Crush it." He wiped his eyes and vowed, "I'll make you proud. Still, I'm writing you and I owe you. If it tanks, I'll work double shifts and pay every cent." I took the slip, secretly touched. Back home, Gigi texted. Chase had rung her club, boohooing for my whereabouts, begging her to talk sense into me. I laughed out loud. Funny how he only missed me post-couch aerobics with the intern. I warned Gigi, under no circumstances give Chase my address. Exhausted, I crashed. Next morning he found me anyway, don't know how. I opened the door in a paper-thin sleep shirt, expecting Leo. Finding Chase snapped me awake. Chase? How did you track me? I barked, but he barreled past, scanning the room like a hawk. We're over, got it? This is trespassing. Want me to call 911? I shoved his shoulder. He glowered. Over? I never agreed. Found yourself a boy toy, huh? Smack. My palm printed his cheek. And which toy were you playing with all those nights you didn't come home? Guilt flickered. He clasped my shoulders. I've explained Lily 100 times. Why won't you trust me? You've turned so petty. I spent mid-autumn with her because she's top intern material, future company backbone. I sneered, shrugging him off. Backbone? Or booty call? His face soured. Watch your mouth, Stella. You're not at Crawford. You don't see the revenue hemorrhage. Orders are down the drain. Unlike you, I can't collect checks from the sofa. The whole company is on my back. I almost applauded. Since it's so rough, want me back at my desk? Then you can stop bitching about my dividends. Funny he'd begged me to take a break. Now I was a lazy parasite. Seeing my fury, he softened. Honey, I'm just stressed. Cut me some slack, okay? He reached for my hand. I yanked free. When he tried to hug me, we toppled a side table. The crash fetched Leo. At his urgent knock, I opened. The two men locked eyes. It's you. Chase recognized him from the lounge, gaze ricocheting between us. No wonder you ditched the penthouse for the showbox, keeping your little stud nearby. Shut it, I snapped. We're done. My life is mine. We're not till I say so. He lunged for my hand. Leo stepped in, voice icy. You're not married. Breakups don't need your signature. Stay away from her. Chase's face went nuclear. He sized Leo up, spit flying. Kid, she doesn't want you. Open your eyes. He thrust his phone at Leo, a college photo of us, same haircut, same jacket. You're a walking flashback. She's recycling me through you. I had no comeback. Leo did resemble young Chase. Stella, screw around if you must, Chase called on his way out, smug again. But remember, we agreed to tie the knot at year end. Play till you're bored, then come home. I'll be waiting. I couldn't care less what he believed. My only worry now was explaining things to Leo. You okay? He hurt you? Leo's concern was immediate. I shook my head. Good. He settled me on the couch and started writing the mess. Before I could untangle my thoughts, his phone rang. He had to run. Night. I slunk into Gigi's lounge and dropped onto a bar stool, feeling like yesterday's champagne left out in the sun. When Gigi heard Chase had shown up, her eyes went wide with genuine shock. Then she swore on every bottle behind the bar that she hadn't leaked my address. I looped an arm through hers and sighed. Of course I know it wasn't you. You're my ride or die. Chase could put a knife to your throat and you still wouldn't sing. I brought him here when I bought the penthouse, I added. He must have remembered the floor plan. Gigi exhaled with me, her face soft with worry. You and Chase, you're really done? I swear he still acts like you're the only skyline he wants to see. I snorted and knocked back a swallow of bourbon. 7 years, I said, ice clinking. An overcooked steak tasteless, but you hesitate to toss it. I tottered home long after midnight. The elevator doors parted and something dark blocked my threshold. For a second I thought a neighbor's puppy had gone rogue. Then the shape yawned. Leo. He'd curled up against my door and fallen asleep. My heels clicked. He jolted awake, tried to stand, and yelped when both legs cramped. Bent in half, he hissed every curse a college senior knows. His comedic agony cracked me up. I keyed the lock and waved him inside to thaw. Leo, why are you camping on my doormat? Big amber eyes, glassy with hurt, fixed on me while he rubbed life back into his calves. You weren't picking up. Texts kept floating in the void. Should have asked Gigi, I said gently. His brows pinched and the rims of his eyes flamed scarlet. I don't have the right to ping your best friend. And I wasn't sure if you and he, the last word cracked. Seeing him frayed like that twisted something inside me. I opened my arms and folded him in. My mouth brushed his ear. You have the right, I whispered. If you don't mind older women, you're officially my boyfriend starting now. He froze, then nodded like a bobblehead on Nitro. I was scared you'd think I'm too young. Can I call you Stella, maybe even babe? I laughed and agreed. Misunderstanding incinerated. Leo's beta app hit the app store and swallowed his calendar whole. I stayed busy monetizing my equity stake. Family dinners at my parents' place were postponed. Stock paperwork came first. Plenty of time later to parade Leo once we'd seasoned whatever this lightning thing between us was turning into. When Chase heard I was selling, he detonated. A random number rang. I answered to his volcanic roar. Stella, how long are you going to torch everything we built? You're actually dumping your shares? This firm is our flesh and bone, remember? Word is you bankrolled that kid's pet project. Are you out of your mind? I held the phone out, yawned, then drawled, CEO Crawford, care to purchase my 60%? Friendship discount applies. He slammed the line dead. Minutes later, Lily slid into my WhatsApp. Stella, could we talk face to face? I realized I hadn't scrolled her Instagram lately. Curiosity tugged me in. Photo after photo of staged bliss, first boss, then Mr. C, then babe. Credit where due. Chase was cheap. Not a single gift topped 10 grand. I screenshot her text and FedExed it to Chase. Leash your stray. Stalk me again and 911 gets the next call. His chat bubble danced typing, then flatlined. Betting fireworks were coming, I pulled up Crawford's security feed. Bingo. Chase stormed toward Lily's cubicle, grabbed her elbow and hauled her toward his glass box. She fought back, mortified. Baby, what are you doing? You're hurting my arm. Calling him baby in front of the bullpen vaporized his last veneer of cool. He whipped a slap across her cheek. Intern, stop hallucinating. When did I ever claim you? Keep barking and I'll have security escort you out. Lily's jaw hung. She crumpled, wailing. You bastard, I'm pregnant. You made me scream husband in bed. That hag is screwing a college kid. Why are you still faking chastity? Head snapped. Keyboards went silent. Phones rose like periscopes. Psycho. Chase yanked her off the carpet and dragged her into his office. I switched camera angles and settled in with sparkling water. Inside, Chase hurled a crystal tumbler. It burst like the stock price he feared. Lily trembled, tears dripping on her internship badge. What did I do? She whimpered. Chase loosened his tie as if it were a noose meant for her. Stella's unloading her 60%. If one buyer scoops it, I'm a figurehead. Do you get that? Stop flooding her with texts. Planning to parade your victory? Are you insane? Lily's lips quivered, no sound. Sobs shook her shoulders. Quit the waterworks. He barked. Your sniffles are drilling holes in my skull. Once upon a time, her tears had him kneeling with tissues and Tiffany boxes. She sniffled, forcing herself calm, then tiptoed closer. Could we buy her steak ourselves? Maybe a bank loan? Chase dragged on a cigarette, exhaled defeat. I'm leveraged to my eyeballs. He squinted through the smoke. Sweetheart, you've got credit. Cosin a mega line for me? Lily's gaze flickered, calculator racing behind her mascara. I'll sign the papers, it's a loan between us, he coaxed. Didn't you want marriage? What's yours is mine and vice versa. He patted the sofa, reeling her in. I'll even transfer the company to your name, CEO on paper. Bigger borrowing power. We repurchased Stella and voila, First Lady of Crawford. Her arm circled his bicep. Promise we'll tie the knot after? Enough diamonds to blind the doubters, he vowed. Watching on my screen, I chuckled. Same old fox, new trap. Hours later, Chase rang back, begging. I let him have the shares 20% market discount, wired through my lawyer. Weight lifted, I dialed Gigi. Rodeo drive tomorrow. I need couture therapy. Next afternoon, we were cackling over Hermes when guess who pranced in? That bag of adorbs, Lily chirped to the saleswoman, pointing at the limited edition Birkin in my hands. Wrap it for me. The associate winced. Ma'am, this is currently. I handed it over. Let her have it. She's addicted to my leftovers, might be harboring a crush. Girl can't resist my scent. Gigi snorted champagne through her nose. Lily turned the color of a stop sign. We'll take it to the register when we're ready, her girlfriend declared. Our Lily's marrying into billions, money's a non-issue. I translated the bragging, the loan hit her account, Chase sent her on a victory lap. Lily floated toward me, chin high. Stella, Chase and I are wedding planning for New Year's. Save the date. Wouldn't miss it, I said sweetly. 7 years I polished that man. Least I can do is tip the girl taking out the trash. Trust me, my cash gift will be generous gratitude for handling the salvage. Triumph curdled on her face, her pupils shot daggers. Her entourage squeezed her shoulders, sneering. Ignore the has-been. She plays aloof, but she's dying inside. Dumped at her age? Spinster looms. Lily tittered, confidence rebooted, then she turned to me. Stella, want me to set you up? I've got a cousin back home who's still single. Sure, he's broke, ugly, and ever since a car crushed that part when he was 5 completely out of business downstairs. But he's more than enough for you. At your age, you're probably not even interested in sex anymore, right? Chase told me he tries to touch you and you always shut him down. What's up with that? Lily's bestie smothered a giggle behind her hand. Oh, Lily, don't play dumb. Look at her, classic early menopause. She's all dried up. Not like you, still a juicy 20-something. One touch from your Chase and you're shivering like a leaf, ha ha ha. Listening to their shameless duet, I didn't feel angry. I was actually kind of pleased. When things with Chase were lame in bed, I'd figured the problem was me. I'd even sneaked off to a doctor, convinced I was frigid. But after I got together with Leo, I had the answer. It wasn't my body at all. Chase simply couldn't deliver. He never once gave me that real female high, which is why I'd started recoiling from his touch. Leo, though totally different league. Skilled, thoughtful, and wowed. Not only with him did I finally learn what being a woman could feel like. I'm practically addicted now. The thought made me snort laugh. What are you laughing at? Lily glared. I pressed 2 fingers to my lips, steadied my face, and met her eyes. You should go into showbiz, seriously. I caught your live stream Oscar-level acting. Lily's brows pinched. What's that supposed to mean? I pulled out my phone and airdropped her a clip I'd saved. Curious, she tapped it. A loud moan burst from the speaker. Panicking, she jabbed the screen, hit full screen instead, and the phone clattered to the floor. Every head whipped toward the racket. Mortified, Lily scooped it up and killed the video. You dared to secretly film me? Just wait, Chase will sue you. She screeched. Then stormed off. Miss, you haven't paid for the bag. The sales associate sprinted after her. Lily wasn't coming back. She bolted, face crimson. Gigi and I kept shopping. We scooped up a few new season outfits and bags, passing a men's boutique. I spotted a sweater and chinos combo perfect for Leo and grabbed it as a gift. When I got home, Leo was at the stove wearing nothing but an apron. I shamelessly devoured the view of his pecs. Careful, babe, oil spits, I cooed, sliding a hand over his chest for a quick feel. Stella, you're getting worse every day, he muttered, cheeks pink. Can I help it if my man's hot, handsome, and an absolute beast in bed? I grinned. Flustered, he turned even redder. Naughty girl, go grab the chopsticks, dinner's almost ready. I gave his six-pack one last lingering pat before obeying. After dinner we curled up on the terrace couch, stargazing. Between kisses he briefed me on Crawford's numbers. Beta app hit 100 bookings. On day 1. If we keep this pace, I'll have enough to marry you soon. He brushed my hair with his lips. I could feel every word was real. Life with him is pure helium. I wake up lighter, younger. 1 month later the real estate bubble popped. Big-name tri-state developers toppled like dominoes. Chase's company caught the shrapnel. One night he showed up drunk on my doorstep, eyes bloodshot, looking 10 years older. Stella, I was wrong, come back, please. I lost my head. Dump the kid. I know you only grabbed a rebound because I hurt you. I swear I'll never cheat again. Let's start over. He dropped to his knees, tears and snot everywhere. I snapped a photo, texted it to Lily, then typed, come haul out your trash before it stinks up my building. Seconds later Chase's phone rang, Lily calling. He glanced, scowled, silenced it, and lifted a hand to swear. I'll break up with her right now. Just come back, okay? Right then Leo stepped off the elevator carrying Hai Di Lao takeout. I gave Chase an arctic look, looped my arm through Leo's and said sweetly, baby, I'm starving, let's go eat hot pot inside. Absolutely, he answered. I shut the door and headed next door to his loft. Chase lingered, serenading my doorways with recycled apologies. Soon Lily arrived and the hallway erupted. They tore into each other. She called him spineless, he called her desperate. We listened through the peephole like it was Netflix. 3 months later, Leo's beta user base exploded. He started building the full on-demand pet care app, pulling all-nighters, sometimes slipping in after I'd crashed and leaving before I woke. Still, the moment he surfaces, he video calls me just to see your face. Every week a new bouquet appears in the vase, roses, peonies, ranunculus, never the same twice. I've basically retired. Day-to-day money rolls in from my cashed-out equity stake and my new slice of his company. One afternoon Gigi and I were having high tea at the plaza. She twirled her spoon, half odd, half jealous. Stella, be honest, did you respond? Everything you touch turns to gold. Take me on your next deal. I laughed. If I were time traveling, I'd never have wasted years on that scumbag. She wiggled her brows. So, confession time, was Leo just your revenge boy toy? I thought it over. Not a rebound. Maybe I've always had a type. If anyone's the stand-in, they're both knockoffs of Chris Hemsworth. We cackled. Just then I heard a guy's voice from my phone. Turned out Leo and I were still on our usual background video call. Oops, you caught that? I grimaced at the screen. He grinned. I don't mind being whoever's stand-in, Stella. I'm crazy about you and I'm sticking for life. The way he looked at me, love that can't hide. Ugh, I'm third-wheeling myself, hang up. Gigi squealed. I killed the call, sipped my cappuccino and stared out over the skyline. Half an hour later I texted mom and dad, bringing my boyfriend to dinner tonight. Evening turned into a full-scale family banquet. I'd braced for objections about his age, but the second Leo walked in he charmed them, flipping steaks, flattering mom's wine choice, sweet-talking dad about crypto. They were sold. 6 months later Leo's dad disappeared, after sneaking off to an illegal mountain casino rumored to have tigers. Around the same time his mom's health finally stabilized. I also got fresh gossip on Chase and Lily. Lily is saddled with crushing debt. When she couldn't find Chase she camped at his parents' place until the poor couple sneaked out at midnight and relocated. The house had already been sold, new owners booted her and no one's heard from her since. Chase supposedly flew overseas to hunt opportunities, then vanished on departure day. Meanwhile Leo's on-demand pet care app took off like a falcon. Single professionals and dink couples in the city treat pets as their kids. Market demand is insane, so he's expanding statewide. When his revenue hit the first million he proposed He flew in both families, knelt in front of me, delivered a tear-soaked speech, and wheeled out a lucite box stuffed with the entire million in cash as bride price. Romantic foolery really is a man's best dowry. I said yes, the end.